Okay, I thought I would start this with a little PowerPoint presentation. Christy had a few talking points she wanted to cover as a part of this demonstration. So I put it in a PowerPoint since we're recording this webinar, so you'd be able to easily see it in writing as well if you needed to go back and view the presentation again. Um, so the we're going to cover as a part of this presentation the two different functions of the catalog, one being an Insteel purchaser and the other an Insteel employee using a personal credit card. So you'll see the differences in how they actually work. Um, and then I thought we'd talk through some of the procedural information regarding order processing and the like. So essentially, orders may not be returned. All orders are made to order and no inventory is on hand. Um, Submitted orders will be processed on the 10th and the 25th of each month, and it will take 2 weeks to process and ship the orders. All shipments will be by UPS ground to the plant or home office, even those placed by individual employees. And the HR manager will need to distribute upon receipt. So you should get things that clearly tell you what goes where when the order shows up. Um, and then Insteel orders will be handled by PO with terms utilizing an approval process as usual. Um, Individual employee orders will be by personal credit card, and the total amount includes shipping costs, and you will see that when we do the demonstration how that works. An email will be sent to both the individual employee and the local HR manager when shipments have been made, and the email will include tracking information. Um, Samples can be provided for larger orders, and there's a number of ways we can do that. Diana's can do virtual samples or even physical samples if it warrants seeing a physical sample of the item that you're considering buying. And Diana, who's listed in here, is probably your primary contact for anything regarding the products in the catalog, and I would probably be the more relevant person if you're having issues with the catalog itself, technically speaking, online. If something's not working right or displaying right, or you can't get logged in or whatever, I'm more than happy to help you get that corrected. And we are preparing a 5 to 10 minute how-to video. I have finished the assigned users video, which is relevant to you guys. I still have to do some tweaks on the employee video, but we should have those finished by tomorrow, no problem. And then we will maybe from time to time offer specials that we'll promote in the same manner. We also prepared a pay slip that we're going to use to introduce the store to employees. Um, it includes the web address, and they will be mailed to each location for distribution. This is what it looks like, so you can see kind of what it's going to say. And then everyone is to use the Innovative Group as the sole source of Insteel logo items. This will help ensure that our logo standards are applied correctly. So I thought I'd start with you guys in terms of how you would log in as an assigned user. And I'm going to log in as Christy. So you would navigate to our site, inbus.com. And then the next thing you would do is click on the client login button. And then you would enter the information that you were provided in terms of how you would actually log in here. You enter the company name, the cost center number, the username, which in this instance is Christy, and then the password. And the passwords are not really case sensitive, so it's not that picky in terms of how you enter that. And when you land on the first page, the home page, this banner is specific to you guys, and it has the Insteel Industries logo. And also the content that's accessible via this banner is relevant to you only in regards to the embroidery swatches, in that you will see not only the Insteel Industries logo, but the Insteel Wire logo as well, because you guys can order either or. So there's three functions of this banner. In terms of additional information, you can have access to the women's sizing chart, and this can be downloaded from here and printed out if you'd like. Once you navigate here, the best way to go back to the catalog is use the back button on your browser. Same thing for the men's sizing chart, and you can download that as well and print it out if you need it. And then this is a visual image of the embroidery swatches on actual fabric. And this is for reference only. It is essentially dictated by the branding standards. So you can get an idea of, if you pick a camouflage or a green or a blue or whatever, you're going to see how it's going to be sewn into the garment. And again, the branding standards dictate how that goes down. So the next place you'd want to go is to get to the content of the catalog is the Browse Catalog button. And when this opens, you'll notice that the banner is consistent throughout the catalog. It's always at the top of the page. This also speaks to the order processing and how that works, and that there are items that require minimum quantity, and they will be processed when minimum quantity is reached. I don't think there's that many items that fall into that category, and most everything we have on here now, we could probably get to you. And if it is a minimum quantity, you'll see that when you order it. And I thought I'd speak to, just sort of go down from the left side here, starting at the top. If you want to use this search function, it's pretty robust. If you say you want to look for camouflage items, you don't even have to enter the whole word. You can put in like camo and hit the magnifier, and it'll show you all the camo items. And the way these drop downs work over here is if you click on headwear, you get all the headwear. If you click on these, that refines it down to what are considered caps, or if you just want to see beanies, same thing. So when this menu loads, same thing here. When you click on men's, you get all 38 items that are relevant to men when you initially click on that. If you want to refine what you're seeing, you can select men's shirts, and you will only see the shirts that are available. Same thing with men's jackets. So that's how that works. So let's go ahead and select an item. So for instance, if you wanted to purchase this keychain, there are minimums relevant to this. This does have a magnified viewer functionality, so if you want to see the item close up, you can do it. So let's say you decide you want to purchase this, you select here, and you have, obviously the minimum quantity is 100. We can go ahead and do that, so it'll add it to the cart, and you can see each of these as I continue to add to the cart. So I'm going to select that and add it to the cart. So now let's go to, say, a men's shirt. On the garments, there is you have the same functionality with this viewer. You can see the garment close up. This matrix allows you to purchase multiple items in multiple different sizes and colors. So for instance, if you needed 5 Columbia blue in small, then you just simply enter a 5 there. And then in the black, say you needed 10 medium in the black, you put 10. And forest green, we need 4 large. And so that way, you don't have to constantly go back and forth adding these items to the cart. You can order exactly what you need in one pass. So when I add this to the cart, it's essentially going to add, it's going to be one item in the cart, but it's going to include 19 shirts in different sizes and colors. if you notice there, when you're looking at the items, most all of these say show details, or they allow you to click anywhere on here. The result is the same whether you click this button or the item itself. You're going to go to the same place. And the reason there is no you can't immediately add it to the cart is because there are attributes about each of these items that require you to make additional selections, i.e. the color, size, etc. There are items on here that will allow you to immediately add it to the cart. So for instance, this drinkware, this is the only option, it's the only size. So if you want 10, you can put 10 in there, and you simply add it to the cart. So there's no additional requirement to view any further than that. If you want to see details about the item, you can go in deeper and again look at it closer up and see if you like it. But if there isn't additional attributes required, you can simply add it to the cart. There are 3 different view selections in terms of how you view the catalog too that I thought I would share. This one we're in is called the grid view. This is the list view, and then this is the entry view. So it condenses everything down if you don't want to see all those images, and it just makes the page a lot more compact if you don't want to see what's behind each one of these. This is probably the most robust version of viewing. So let's go ahead and view the cart. And this shows you detailed information about what is in the cart. You can actually even go over here and see what each item looks like and actually navigate to that image if you want to see it closer. You can also remove each of these items from the cart, or you can remove them all at one time with this button down here. You can also edit on the fly. So say, for instance, you wanted to double the quantity of this keychain. You click right here where it says click to edit. And I can come in here and change it to 200. So now the quantity is 200 and then increase the price. So there's a lot of functionality within this screen that allows you to do different things if you don't want to go all the way back into the catalog. And it shows you a lot of detail too in terms of the size, color, that sort of thing. Now we're going to go ahead and check out. And at this point, you don't have the ability to select a different shipping address. So however you log in, that is your default ship to that's associated with your cost center. So this shows you where this item is going to ship. Then when you view the cart again, we're going to go to checkout right here. And right here it shows you the total, including sales tax, and this includes the shipping. And in your guys' instance, you're going to have to select the branding that you want to use on these items. So you would need to type in one of these 2 codes when you're placing the order. It's a required field. So if you don't, it won't allow you to submit the order. Let's go with the Industries logo. It's that simple. There is a submit order button here. I would advise not using that typically because there's more information down here that you may not see depending on your screen. If you have additional information you want to put in here, this is the place you can put anything you want to say that's relevant to the order or something special you need to happen. You can put it right here. And then down here, at the moment, it's defaulting to credit or debit card. If you don't want to use a credit card, then you guys can select Bill Me and then click Submit Order. And this will show up on your screen. You can print this out, but it will also show up in your email. If your orders require approval, it will show that it's pending approval. And whoever does the approving would have to go into their email that they get that's indicating that it needs to be approved and approve each one of these lines, or I think they can approve them all at one time. They can actually single out lines of this request individually to approve if there's some issue with some other piece that needs to be approved later. And everything you put in there shows up on the order, even where I said this is a test order that comes in. and here's where you can print it. And then when you say done, it takes you back to the catalog. So that's pretty much the whole um, sequence of events to go through in order. Um, I'll show you now the difference in the employee store. Your employees would have to go to this domain, www.insteelstore.com. And the first time they come here, they have to register as a user, and they'll have to select their plant location. So let's say I'm a Gallatin employee, so I would just select this from the drop-down. Then I click register, put in my email, and then I just have to put in my name. And then they have to assign a password. And then you'll notice here I am seeing the branding for Wire Products. And the only difference in this banner is the embroidery swatches only show the Wire Products logo, so they can see what it's going to look like on a given color of fabric. Other than that, the catalog's essentially the same. There are some items they will not see in the promotional items and stuff, but other than that, it's essentially the same process. When they let's add an item so I can check out. So when they get to the cart here, they see the same thing you would. And when they click checkout, they should only have the option of a credit card. And again here they can put any information they might need about the order that's, a special requirement or something. Let me go ahead and finish filling this out so you can see. Is it gonna Can't do that. I don't think I'll be able to do that because it'll save my number. I didn't think about that. Okay, well, what will happen at this point? I don't think it'll take a fake number. Let's try it. Yeah, it's not liking that. Anyway, what would happen at this point is if you entered a valid number, is the employee will get an email just like the one you saw when I submitted the order for you guys, and it'll show up in their email, and they'll get a record of the order that was placed and a confirmation. So um, that's essentially the difference in terms of the employee login. Um, let me go back to you guys. The employees do not have access to this button. This is a report um, functionality, and the only one we're going to actually have live, I haven't been able to refine this yet, but Christy and I talked about using this one in particular. And this, if you don't put anything specific here, it'll just show you everything for that cost center. So if I hit run report, I kind of like this one because it shows you every order, and it also shows you if it's pending approval. So if someone asks you about an order that you know has been submitted, you can actually go in here and see the status of the order. And you can select it by order number or date, and it will refine out, all the rest of the orders that you don't want to see. So I thought I'd share that as well. So let me unmute. So I don't know if you guys have any other questions, or if there's part of it I didn't make sense, or.
Is our GM going to approve everything?
It depends on, I guess it depends on how you were set up as a user. You want to know if his GM is going to approve everything.
Hey, Bill, I can send out to everybody who the approver is for each of the users.
Okay.
But Jose,
Great.
yes, it's basically the general manager for the locations and the department managers for the home office.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
If we wanted to special order something, like we wanted to get a cup and then have something on the other side of where it's logoed at, is that a possibility?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess we just need to, whatever your branding standards will allow, we can do whatever you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be on the catalog. I would reach out to Diana specifically and just tell her what you're thinking about doing, and she's great at all this and knows it like the back of her hand, so we can do pretty much anything you want. Fly swatters, funeral fans, anything. So hopefully that gave you a good feel for how it works, and it's something that we can certainly keep refining if there's something about it we need to make it behave a different way or whatever. That's easily achieved.
And Diana is definitely going to add stuff to the catalog as we reach out to her and ask for things that aren't currently included, and she gets a better feel for what we like and what we want to provide to employees. This catalog will keep growing, and they'll keep customizing it to meet our needs.
Yeah, I know she's adding some tall stuff that's in the process of getting put up right now too that we didn't have. So, and I got to add that to the size chart too, so that'll be on there. So does anybody else have any questions, concerns?
Hi, this is Greg Mills in North Carolina. I have one observation, and that would be on the employee sign-in page where you have locations. It does not have the Mount Airy, North Carolina plant.
Okay.
That's all. My employees here would be seeing home office. Insteel Wire Products employee would be about the only thing they'd order on, and we are not the home office.
Okay, that's an easy fix. Anything else?
So let's say one of the employees orders something. Is it going to go to their house or to the company?
It's going to go to the plant that they are associated with, and the HR will,
Okay, because I was confused because they had to put in their address.
Well, that's because of the credit card.
Oh, I understand.
But the ship to will be to the HR.
All right.
Plant. Anything else? So are we good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
And feel free to call me from the number on the home screen anytime if you have a question or, again, like the question you just asked about the Mount Airy plant. I can easily fix anything that's not quite right. So